What's going on, gamers? Oh boy, we got some more news here from Nvidia or Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia Media. Hey, it's an Nvidia day, and then we're gonna be seeing them a lot at CES. So here's some things. DLSS 4.5 is going to be featuring second gen transformer model. If you know what that means, second gen RTX cards, all the way up to the 5000 series, which we know obviously they were going to get that. But you know what's so interesting about this? Before we get to dynamic 6x frame generations, which we knew that was coming, but you would have like a 240 hertz monitor minimum. Is that they could have been supported old cards with the way things were going before, but it had to be this 2-year gap where you have to keep getting this new stuff out, like a new iPhone continuously coming out, and you have to keep updating and buying. And we're going to cut off support for the old stuff, so this new stuff can be attractive, and we don't want to support your cards. But now with this memory crisis, we're going backwards. Yeah, guys, we're going backwards. So I'm not mad that DLSS 4.5 is going to be featured in second gen transformer models to third gen to fourth gen. Hey, that's right. Switch 2. I've been telling people Switch 2 is going to get frame gen. Yeah, get ready for that, because they're going to be getting games with 40, 50 to 60 frames now, and it's not going to be a problem for anything. So that for sure was going to happen regardless, but now you guys know that that's going to happen if you switch to gamers. Yeah, it's going to happen. I'll have to put that in the headline somehow. But no, they could have been supported old cards like this for the longest. Now they're doing it for different reasons. So this kind of like opens Pandora's box to show you something when it comes to the truth that they could have been had DLSS 4 for the other stuff. DLSS 3 could have been for the older stuff. But that's not the point when you want to push marketing sales. But they already got everything they wanted now, right? Now it's time to get the AI money and all that. Yeah, I know. So yeah, they're going to be getting that. And then we have dynamic 6x frame generations. Well, here's the thing. You know, the RTX 50 cards are only going to be supporting that and monitors that can handle that. You know what I mean? Because you don't want that ridiculous latency and stuff like that going on. You know what I mean? Like, because you ain't just getting it like that. That's why we got to have auto low latency mode. But they've gotten better with that. You know what I mean? There's some things where it's like Nvidia still was #1 for a reason, obviously. But it's just some of their stuff that they've done. Like, I know people are like, man, I don't like your anti-consumer way, so I'm going to be supporting AMD. And no, I know some people that are like that. And then we got the third news before we get to this article, and we're going to read some comments because it's going to be funny, as always. No new GPUs announced. Does that mean they're not new ones coming? No, but they're just saying that that's not going to be happening at the community update, the GeForce community update. You better believe, obviously, they got new stuff coming. The Supers usually always launch the next year. Just like AMD is going to have their RX 9070 or 9080 XT or whatever, but that's going to be there. Okay, so we got some key points, like I said. DLSS 4, so you guys are like, oh man, guys with older cards and older rigs, yeah, you're going to be getting some upgrades here. That's good. DLSS 4.5 to support all RTX 20 series onwards. Only 56 series cards to continue to get multi-frame generation. Yeah, that makes sense. But it doesn't matter though. You're getting all the other good stuff, which also has a reduced VRAM usage on it, which is very important, and all the other goodies. So, like I said, fully dynamic multi-frame generation, not locked to a specific multiplier from 3 to 6x frames. The current max is ×4, which we know only the RTX 50 series can do that. Updated transformer model with better stability, less ghosting, improved anti-aliasing, which is good. You know, there's nothing wrong with none of this. This is not why people were mad at Nvidia. This is why they were always the best, because of what they were able to do. All right, it's how they did things. Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at some of this stuff. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think about this too. Finally, some like good Nvidia news. And then also, like I said, just kind of like opening the box to tell you the truth that this could have been going on. I just didn't want to do it. Suddenly, all the old cards can utilize the newest features since they're trying to sell them again. Yes, you better believe they'll be pulling out stuff like that and be having a older market so they can supply the AI for all the new stuff. Yeah, get out of here with that, man. That's the stuff that annoys me. So we're going to see some comments like that. But guess what? It's very true, guys. It's like, you guys read my last video. The RTX 3060 is back, and they discontinued that 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And that launched 4 years ago, or 5 actually. Hell. Something like that. You guys know. I think it was 2021 or something like that. Right, not too far from the PlayStation 5 launch, honestly, and the Xbox Series launch. So it was somewhere around there. And you got somebody saying, and guys, this is what I'm saying. Sounds good to me. Switch 2 will benefit from it as well down the line. Yeah, for sure, dude, because why would they be left out? They would have newer technology. And actually, the technology of Switch is kind of closer to the 3060 technology launch window. You know, parts are usually older, so they're kind of somewhere around a 3060 or something like that. So I mean, this is big news for the Nintendo base, which I have tried to tell people that was going to happen. And this is good news for people that have older rigs that are also going to be building probably a 3060, and they better launch a 12 gigabyte module, because that's what people deserve at about $200. But knowing them, they'll probably sell it at 300 and up and all that, which, you know, I mean, that's still better than anything you're going to try to get at the moment with these ridiculous prices coming. But even then, nah, man, come on, hook them up. It'll be all right. Will any of this transfer over to Switch 2's DLSS model? I mean, they were using DLSS 3.5 or something, or maybe they were using DLSS 4. Yeah, from what I've said. So I don't see why this wouldn't, because it benefits all of that. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. So that's good news for Nintendo fans, and just for people in general that have the Switch 2. Getting my 5070 Ti last year was a good move. Yeah, it was, dude. I mean, I have a 5070 set up right here, then I got $100 back because of losers trying to install malware. Along with the rootkit and all that other stuff. You know, people are weirdos, man. We're trying to brute force attacks and all that. We got the hookup, the Best Buy, Geek Squad. The leader of like multiple departments was like, you know what? This is not a common issue. And I see what's going on here. I read all the files, how many times you've been here. I'm going to let you trade it in. So I did a swap for what I had. And boy, let me tell you, the best swap ever. 24-core processor and this bad boy, Intel i9 Ultra. Yeah, 32 gigabytes of RAM. I can put 64 in here if I want. And I got a 5070, so yeah, it's pretty beast. I didn't pay anything, so you know, you get blessed like that. But getting back to this, so this guy says, I like how every year they are like, our new DLSS model makes last year models look like trash. Yeah, that's what I mean. But now they're going to include older models, so that is the biggest blessing in disguise, I guess, where consumers can actually get benefited from this. I'm telling you right now, I'm happy that you guys with older cards who probably can't afford to get new stuff are going to be able to get this type of stuff, because this is good news. Yeah, man, it's all about the consumer. It's all about the customer. We're supposed to be getting the benefits. But man, when you got that much money already and you're being that ridiculous, it's like, what's going on here, man? You're $1 trillion, #1 in the world on the market cap. Switch 2 mass race, that's funny. You got to play what you love the most. Now, I don't go around pushing that. Obviously, I know Nintendo's #1 and #1, but you know, I think all are good, but PC's getting screwed right now, man. It's not cool. But at least there's some backup coming from older cards. And you got AMD as well. Disgusting. They said that they held out for so long to sell new cards, and now they're flickering them on Switch for older cards. I mean, it's good to have it, but we always should have. That's what I was trying to say. Now, going over here to this website, I'll be using this. Nvidia is set to announce DLSS 4.5 as the next step for its DLSS 4 stack, with changes centered on super resolution and a new dynamic multi-frame generation path designed to match a better display refresh rate target, as we know, for image quality, but hopefully the latency is balanced. For image quality, DLSS 4.5 super resolution moves to a second generation transformer model. Nvidia says the training pipeline now covers more failure cases and uses a larger data set. With the goal of better temporal stability, less ghosting, and cleaner anti-aliasing, which is good. The company also shared a DLSS 4 versus 4.5 comparison slide that highlights reduced ghosting and motion. You always want that. So here goes right here. Dynamic multi-frame. As the name suggests, it's not locked to a single multiplier. Instead, users may see 3 times to 6 times more frames depending on settings. Nvidia frames this update as a way to deliver smoother gameplay on high refresh monitors, like I have a 240Hz OLED monitor. So this is going to be nice for me. According to Nvidia, DLSS 4.5 will have day 1 launch support and will be available through the Nvidia app, while multi-frame generation is coming later. That's okay. Nvidia also says users will be able to set a target FPS in the app up to the display's maximum refresh rate, with the future dynamically adjusting how many frames are generated to meet that goal. Nvidia confirms DLSS 4.5 super resolution will be supported by all those GPUs from 2000 to 5000 series. Now that is cool. However, the dynamic frame generation will launch in spring 2026 as an RTX 50 exclusive feature. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that actually makes sense. But the fact that you guys are getting that, that's cool. More details, including demos and videos comparing the new DLSS 4.5 transferable model, are to follow soon. Nvidia will officially announce this tomorrow, guys. So get ready. It's going to be happening. Let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, honestly, finally some positive news, but we knew there was going to be something announced at CES. That's going to be going on, and it's, you know, pretty much there on stage set up. The only thing, like I said, that I can criticize about in this video is that you could have been supported older cards, and everybody knew that. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm curious to see what AMD is going to announce. And I know Sony's going to be at CES as well, because they have to announce PSSR 2. Hopefully we don't have to call it PSSR 2, which I don't think that'll be the case this time. It's going to be a lot better. Or FSR 4 in the console context, because that's going to be a huge thing coming to PlayStation this year. So I think that's going to be coming to PlayStation. And I think Nvidia and Nintendo are working together to bring frame generation to Nintendo this year. I really think this is going to happen. I don't know if you guys read that article, but the ARC developer says that they're going to be using that on there, so it's coming. Like if you go to, I think, ARC survival switch to frame gen, something like that. I read some article about this. Yeah, here it is right here. Nintendo Switch 2 port of ASA is only doable with Unreal Engine 5.7. The studio's trying to get frame generation running. And I was telling people that. I was like, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you that it's going to happen, because they have the updated models and they're going to be able to do it. And NVIDIA's telling you it goes all the way back to the 2000 series. So you pretty much got your answer on that right here. Yeah, so, you know, there it is, guys. Peace out. Have a great day. Switch 2 owners. Yeah, you're going to be eating. Watch how many ports drop this year, because the dev kits are out everywhere. Later, y'all. PC gamers, hang in there. I mean, I have it all. I always do. Yeah, man. They need to calm down.